Drive me out of my mind. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel my body. Only you feel my body. You don't need no other body. Send me the location. This year about vacations, that's like catching, frame taking. Soon as my nigga off probation. Your boyfriend's on a waiting thing, looking for one wish on a Ray J thing. I prayed that girl, outrageous thing, but she can't see cause I got shades and things. Bad girls wanna throw shade and thing, no shade with shade is your foundation in. Dark is grey, the shade I'm in. 49 more if your babe wants him. I have me a famous thing, goals and things, games and things. My house party, a big station. Girls wanna chase, it's a status thing. Send me the your kiss, that I'll be right there. Come check you out, babe. No time, my dog is on probation. Yes, bring girls to his location.
Welcome to Women Crush Wednesdays. This is Roz Washington. I am your host for the evening, one of the team We Leaders, two-star director from the DMV area by way of Alabama. I am one of your hosts for the evening. We also have Sandra White, who's going to be assisting with any kind of questions that you have in the chat. Look, I'm excited to be here because you're going to hear some amazing information about it. Invited by your family members or a friend. We're going to jump right into it, and I hope you have an absolute amazing time this evening. Look, I got the honor of introducing a seasoned entrepreneur, 16 years of experience, married for 32 years. She is a public speaker. Look, she captivates an audience like no other. And when I say that, she is popping fans to no other. She got the gift of bringing people together. This is my sister, friend, and business partner. Please also welcome our two-star director, Wanda Thompson.
Hey, everybody. How are you this evening? Well, you guys already know how we put it down. Roz, thank you so much for that introduction. You are here on Women Crushing Wednesdays. And yes, I am the lady that be popping that fan. Why, guys? Because I'm excited. You know, when I get excited, I get to pop in the fan and then it's just on from there. So guys, I'm going to jump right into it because we know that you have other things that you can be doing, but we appreciate you being here. Why? Because one of your friends, your family members, they invited you out because they're trying to spread the good news. And when it's time to spread good news, the first set of people you want to spread it to are your family and your friends, guys. So again, my name is Wanda Thompson. I will be doing your presentation, at least the first half of the presentation tonight. So again, thank you so much for coming out. The company that we are going to talk about
in progress
is Travorium. That's right, guys. It is Travorium, where you travel more, you travel better, and you travel for less. I know it sounds like a little tagline, but wait till you guys see what I'm talking about. You're going to be like, yeah, Wanda, you're absolutely right. You see, the company's owner and founder is Mr. David Hart. The company was established in March of 2013. So guys, that means that we are in our second decade of business and we survived COVID. Now, you know, a company puts down a very strong foundation when you could get through something like that. But we are here. And not only are we here, we have opportunities in over 60 countries. To be exact, guys, it's 78 countries and growing. Yes, that means that you have members in Japan and Africa, you name it, we have members there. Now, we have 3 offices at this time. We have a corporate office in Temecula, California. We have a satellite office in Madrid, Spain, and then a satellite office in Almaty, Kazakhstan. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are talking about memberships. Why? Because we all know that membership has its privileges. If I was able to just talk to you guys or just give you a little time to list every membership that you currently have, we run out of time. Y'all already know that, right? Because you just have, if you name it, you have it. You have BJ's, you have Sam's Club, and you have Costco. That's 3 memberships. to 3 places where you're going to get discount, those warehouse stores. Do we need all of those? Absolutely. I have them all. Why? Because I like having access, guys. Now what I want to ask you guys is this. You have all of those memberships, but you say you like to travel, but that's the membership that's missing. But that's why I am here, guys. I am here to solve that problem for you, because when we are done, I hope that you get out of this what we are going to put into it. And if it comes across the way it should, you're going to be like, wait a minute, what have I been waiting for? And you're going to thank the person that invited you, because you're going to say, absolutely, I need a travel membership. Guys, we have 3 memberships that we offer. We have a silver, a titanium, and a platinum. I like to show you guys this right up front, because I know I get excited and I start popping fans, and then y'all like, oh, this is nice. But wait a minute, how many thousands of dollars is it going to cost me to be able to get those discounts, to be able to get that access? Ladies and gentlemen, let's put it out on the table right now. We have one that's $52.50, another that's $75, and the most popular one is $135. Those are monthly payments that you will make. Actually, it's more of an investment, guys, because when I explain it to you, you're going to say $75, Wanda, but you're telling me they're going to hold my $75, like every penny, every dime, every nickel, and give it back to me when I travel to the platforms that you're talking about. And I'm going to say, absolutely. That's exactly what I mean. So, guys, take a look at that. But I don't want you to worry about it too much. I am also going to give you all the details on what each membership is going to offer you. Now, I do want you to understand that there are no contracts. Think about that. I am talking about how sweet this is, how wonderful it is, and yet the company doesn't even try to lock you in. Not at all. This is, guys, a month-to-month membership. Why? Because they know that once you get this membership, you're going to want to keep this membership. So they don't have to lock you in. Trust and believe. I've been a member for about 16 months. They could not kick me out of here if they wanted to. All right. Because basically, guess what it is? It's a travel savings account. Literally, guys, those subscriptions that I just showed you, make that payment or not, hold that thought. But let's just say you are going to be one of those that make that monthly payment. They're going to convert that $135, if you sign up for platinum, to 270 points. They're going to put that in what we consider like a savings account for you. And then when you're ready to book, you're going to go to 2 of the platforms we're going to talk about tonight. And you're going to say, yes, I'm ready to go on a timeshare or take a timeshare, or yes, I'm ready to take a world tour. And guess what the company says? Here's your $135. You're going to be like, you didn't take none out of it? Now, you know I had some other savings that I was able to do, but you didn't take any of my money. And they're going to be like, absolutely not. That's what we said. So, guys, then what are you going to do? Go and take your trip, put it on rinse and repeat. Saving account. That's what you are going to establish. So let's talk about the services, because I said get a travel membership, right? I showed you that it's not going to even cost that much, but you're probably thinking, how limited is it in terms of the services? Not limited at all. When I say that, guys, I say if you think of travel and you think of resorts or hotels or cruises, car rentals, parks, tours, listen, even entertainment. So let's say you take that trip to Vegas and you decide you want to catch a show. I caught one last time I was there. You can go right in your back office and you are going to find some prices that you're going to be like, where have you been all my life? Ladies and gentlemen, this is a lifestyle membership, not just a travel membership. So when we talk about the travel part of this, right, let me tell you what access you're going to get. Because remember, memberships give you privileges. Memberships give you access. So let's talk about what you're going to get access to. We have 3 platforms that I'm going to tell you about tonight. We have platform 1, which is our booking engine. Platform 2 are our getaways, or AKA timeshares, without the maintenance fees, without the contracts. Nah, we ain't got to worry about none of that. And the platform 3 are our world tours. That's the signature product. That's the one that drives most people to us. And I'm going to tell you all about it. And hopefully that'll drive you right to us too. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're talking memberships, but we're talking where it's all about travel. So let's talk about the first platform. It's the travel site. Now, when I think of travel sites, when you think of travel sites, what do we think of? We think of Booking.com, Agoda, Kayak, Priceline, Expedia, all the things we've been using for years. They are so used to us using them that they just discounted just under those hotel prices, just enough to keep us coming back. To the point where Expedia makes over $30 million a day a day, ladies and gentlemen, not a week, not a month, not a year, a day. Tell me that they're getting those wholesale prices and they are definitely marking them up to make that kind of money. And then what about Booking.com? They make over $50 million a day. You see what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, that there is nearly a monopoly in the travel industry. Right now, Booking Holdings and Expedia Group pretty much owns everything. So if you're like me back in the day, I would spend a couple of hours going from one to the other, so I could find my $20 off, my $50, whatever I could find. But then I started to notice don't seem to be changing very much. Why? Because it's all going to them either way. So they're not going to give you those discounts. But guess what? We're starting to flip the script because now we have Travorium. We are going to start something that's going to pick up. But we're here first, ladies and gentlemen, and we're about to make things happen. So with Travorium, you're going to have your own booking engine, and you will be able to use it the same way you use those, except your savings are going to be so much better. Let's talk about it. For instance, here is one with the Churchill Suites in Monte Carlo. Now, if you were to go into Travorium, into your site, this is what someone had. They had $2,326.90. Now, I know when you look at that $4,000 that's over top of Expedia, you have to be thinking that must be a different room. Wanda, it has got to be a free parking. There has to be something different. And I'm here to tell you everything's the same. The front desk the same. The sheets are the same. The people that's going to service your room, everything's the same. The difference is you're going to have a membership with a company that has said, guess what? We're not going to try to make money off of the travel. We're simply going to make it off the memberships. I know you guys have heard of that before. Netflix. I'm not going to make money off the movies. We'll just make it off of the memberships. What did Amazon do? We're not going to make money off of the shipping. We will just make money off of the memberships and give them the shipping free. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what Travorium is now doing. And you know we will be a household name before long. So look at this one. Here's another one. This is at the Fairmont Grand Del Mar, $1,923.92. That's $1,923.92, guys, if you have your membership. But if you don't, a person would be paying $5,047.56. Can you imagine not knowing that people there are actually saving like over $3,000 to get the same thing that you are getting? Well, now that's going to be you. Ladies and gentlemen, same dates, same everything. Just the difference is you have a membership. Now what I wanted to do was actually pull something up today. I said, I'm going to pull something up right here, right now, so they can see. I went into my system and I pulled up Vegas. Why? Because people love to go to Vegas. Now, this I'm actually going to show you a little later, too, in one of our world tours. But right here in your booking engine, you could go here to Vegas. I pulled this up today, ladies and gentlemen. You will see Travorium. This room is actually $665.37. I use the exact same dates. I did October 19th through the 24th. And then look at what happens with Expedia. Same thing, ladies and gentlemen, $1,247. Now, would you rather pay $665 or $1,247? Listen, if you want to type it in the chat, go ahead. But I could already imagine what your answers are, right? We are here to save money, and that's exactly what our membership does. Now, listen, that's just the first platform. Now, remember, I told you that we have 3 platforms, right? That's just the first one. And things actually get better and better as we go. Now, our second platform are what we call getaways. So when you go into your membership, you type in getaways, right? And what are these getaways? They're timeshares. Yes, the same timeshares that people buy for $20,000, $30,000, the same timeshares where people get locked in for 1 week during the year. Now, keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, when we go in there and we buy this timeshare, you're buying 1 week. There are 52 weeks in the year. What's happening with those other 51 weeks? They're hounding people, come in for a 90 minute, and you don't have to buy, but just please come and listen. Like they do everything to get us in there because they need to fill those rooms. Well, guess what? Travorium said, we'll help you out with that. But you got to give us discounts, serious discounts. But just understand that my people love to travel. And guess what they said? Sure, the rooms are sitting empty anyway. Guys, sometimes I'll do this and I'll tell people, what if you went out to purchase a car? and they told you that you only get Mondays, just one day of the week, you'd probably laugh at them and walk out. Because that means somebody else owns it on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. That's exactly the way it works with timeshares, but not anymore. Because with your membership, you now get to get in and out of timeshares just like you do hotels. No maintenance fees, no worrying about it keep going up every year. Go into your system, you're gonna see a map look like this. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. I was just thinking, Vegas, maybe, little Orlando, but you're trying to tell me, that's right, timeshares are all over the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are now going to have access to decide where you want to go, when you want to go, how long you want to stay. Let's look at these getaways here. Now, the Canary Islands, 8 days, 7 nights studio. The retail rate is $8.99. But look at that Trevorium rate. Now, I am giving you prices for platinum members because I know I don't have a whole lot of time, so I can't give you all the prices. So I'm going to give you the best of the best. That's right, $7 plus tax. That's not per day. That's not per week. That's not per person. That is for your entire stay. Now, how are you going to do that? Remember those points that we talked about earlier? I said that if you go platinum, you're going to get 270 points every month. And they're going to take that 270 and turn it into $135 every month. So that means your second month, you have $270, right? You see what's going to happen here. So you're now going to go in, but the system says, I already know you're a member. So when you sign in, I know how many points you have. So you just go find out where you want to go, and I will tell you exactly how much it's going to cost you. Look at this one, guys. Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, $149 plus tax. After you've applied your points, your platinum points, this will be your rate. Now, remember, you're getting a whole 1-bedroom suite, and most of them have that pull-out couch. They have that little mini kitchen, something. You could take several people with you, right? I'm saying this, guys. Listen, why would you go and put down and do a contract for a timeshare for months on end with maintenance fees that you don't know what they'll be 10 years from now, but you're already locked in? Now you actually get your timeshares through our membership. So what about Orlando? Guys, we always have to talk about Orlando. Why? Because we always go into Orlando. Either you're going to golf or you're going to see Mickey and Minnie. That's where I go, right? But sometimes people just go to get a little sunshine. Here, Orlando, Florida, 8 days, 7 nights. We have to do a 2-bedroom suite because, you might be trying to get Auntie of the Year, right? And if you're trying to get Auntie of the Year, you're going to have to take more than one child with you. So get you a 2-bedroom suite. And when you're only paying $142 plus tax instead of that retail of $1,149, guess what that means? That means that you're not trying to pull straws to see where you're going. Are you going to, a Magic Kingdom? Are you going to Epcot or Animal Kingdom? Let me tell you something. At $142 for everybody stay there, I think you can go to more than one this time, all right? But this is what we have. Now, when you go into your system, guys, again, they already know your points. So when I went into the system, look at what you're going to find. Now, forget those $149. Forget all of that, because you will be able to get timeshares twice a year, at least every 12 to 14 months. You will be able to get 2 of these at 0.00. Y'all know what that means? It's fan popping time, because imagine, right? Maybe you don't want to fly to Thailand. Maybe you don't want to go to Bali. Maybe you just want to do get in my car with the family and go to Williamsburg or go to, Myrtle Beach or Ocean City or wherever you are, right? Because again, I know we have people here from everywhere, but you can go there 7 days, right? And only have 0.00. Because why? Your savings, you've been putting it aside, the company holds it, gives it back to you, and voila, this is what you're going to get. Now, that, ladies and gentlemen, is only the second platform. Now, remember, I told you that there were 3, and I got to tell you, I know it's getting sweeter and sweeter as I go, right? So here's the thing. These are our world tours. Now, how does that work? Because, see, world tours is companies' way of saying, listen, I know you are used to going to, to get people to book your trips. You're going to these travel agents. Why? Because you want somebody that can curate that trip for you, somebody that can already tell you this is a nice place. Because, see, when I get on a plane to go to Dubai or go to Italy, I don't know the neighborhoods. I don't know where I'm going. So I depend on some professional to tell me something, right? Well, guess what, guys? We got professionals here. Because what Trevorium does is they say, listen, we're going to put together 10, 12, sometimes 15, 17 trips a month right? So sometimes you're going to see 4 to 6 months worth of trips that you will be able to go in and just select. And you've already had someone negotiate it for you. You've already had someone that's already literally said, listen, I'm not going to just set this out once a year. I may use your resort 3 times a year. I have 100,000 members, guys, that can come here. I need the best rates that you can give me. And then they say, well, wait a minute. How many trips are you going to give them an option for? And then they say, oh, 10, 12. So you know what they think. So that means they're competing against those other places. They come correct, guys, and we are here for it. We are loving it. So the company says, give them to me. We're going to do about over 100 of those over the next 18 months. Let me tell you something, 12 months in a year, we at least get at least 10 every month. So I will tell you something, get this membership. There are going to be over 120 options for you. And this is great for people that maybe have to travel alone. You know, when your cousin or somebody don't come up with their money like they said, and you always cancel those trips. Not anymore, babies, because we communicate as a group, as a team. You might say, I would love to go to Dubai. You put it in our chat group. Somebody says, I've been wanting to go there too. You're going, I'm going. Yes. So at least you feel safer having someone there that you know. You don't have to hang out with them, but at least they'll be there. So let's talk about some examples because, guys, this is the one that drives everybody to Travorium. This is a signature product. What about Venice, Italy? Guys, 5 days. Your breakfast is included. Remember, I said when it's time to negotiate and you know you're going to get some other people, you have got to come correct. So breakfast is included. They even threw in the glass factory tour because people seem to love it. So they say, listen, put all that out there for your members, right? And then they cross their fingers and hope we pick it, right? So $360 plus tax. And let me tell you something. That's for 2 people. Absolutely. 2 people at a minimum, because sometimes you're going to go into the details of these trips and guess what you're going to see? 2 kids under 11 can go for free. Maybe 17 and under, they can go for free. Or maybe you can add a 3rd adult. Absolutely amazing, ladies and gentlemen. But you'll have all of those details. Imagine paying $360 plus tax after you've applied your points for 2 people, free breakfast in Venice, Italy. But that's just not the option you're going to have because you also have an option to go to Dubai. I can tell you right now, if I said go in the chat and pick some places that you have wanted to go but haven't had a chance to go, guess what always comes up, right? Because people always thought it's so expensive, right? It's expensive. But guess what? With this membership and with the negotiations that we have through Travorium, 5-star hotel, 6 days, breakfast daily. And you guys know in a 5-star hotel, your breakfast is going to run you anywhere from $37.99. They're going to add all those taxes. You know, the taxes like the we just glad you're here and where else you're going to go eat tax and then the city tax and the hotel tax. Before you finish, you are definitely going to be up to $50 per person. Ladies and gentlemen, that is $100 for your breakfast just one day. So 5-star hotel, 6 days, they've included that breakfast. You are going to pay $99 plus tax for 2 people. Those are your accommodations in Dubai. Now, how did we do that? We're just going to apply those points, guys. It's nothing tricky to it. But I know when people see things like $99, they're thinking, what kind of place is that? 5-star hotel. That's what kind of place that is. And then what about Montego Bay? Man, you know what? I know y'all tired of this fan popping, but that's one of my favorite places out of all the places in the world. Why? I always have so much fun when I go there. And I love Montego Bay because it's the closest one to the airport. And I'm trying to get there to my free drinks and my free food and my free drinks and my free drinks and my free food. That's what I be trying to get to, and I want to get there quick. So in Montego Bay, guys, in a 5-star resort, 5 days, it's all inclusive. Again, all you can eat, all you can drink. You know you're going to have breakfast, leave out, walk to the beach. They're going to be serving jerk chicken. You're going to be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm a little full, but give me that too. That's the kind of fun you have when you go to Jamaica. 5-star resort, 5 days. Look at that price, $612 plus tax. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the price that most people have to pay for one night stay on an all-inclusive. But here, $612 instead of that $1,716, I'm here for it. You know what? I've always gone to Jamaica. It looks like I'm going to be going a whole lot more, right? And we just had a trip, but back in March, where over 90 people attended the trip. You can't imagine how much fun we had. And we have one coming up in December. We're going to Cancun. I already know it's going to be way more than that 90. because we had an absolute ball. But here's some other trips, guys. These are other world tours. Again, Las Vegas. Now, remember I showed you the one earlier. That was the same location. So I want people to understand that just because you don't want to go on the world tour for the dates that they have set for that particular month, you just go into the booking engine, platform one, and you can book your own trip. But look at what happens when you are able to apply your points. Man, things really get nice because this is a 5-star hotel, 5 days, 4 nights, $19. Look, I was just in Vegas this past July, and I'm going to tell you something. I said, I just have to go over here and see this property. It was everything I thought it was. It was a Hilton property, guys. So you know what happens there. $19 plus tax. And how many people? 2 people. So when we say that you are going to travel more, travel better, because you're traveling for less, that's exactly what we mean. Now, what about Hawaii? 5-star hotel, 5 days, 4 nights, breakfast, again, is included. You know, I think they talk and they be like, oh, I think they're giving free breakfast. Oh, we better give free breakfast because people are going to want to save that fee, right? I know I do. But listen, instead of paying over $1,500, and these retail rates were put up like over a year ago, right? This was what it was over a year ago. You know what things are costing nowadays. But here's the thing, guys. You would only have to pay $499 plus tax for 2 people for your accommodations in a 5-star hotel in Hawaii. And then what about New York, guys? Hey, I'm here in the DMV. It's right up the street. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't like paying $1,800 to stay in New York. So what I normally do is hop on the Amtrak, go see my play, grab some pizza, whatever, see the big lights, right? And then we come back. But now, look at what you get with your membership. 5-star hotel, 5 days, 4 nights. Again, what's included? Breakfast. So no more trying to eat that pizza from last night that you got from that stand, right? Because now you will be able to go for $399 plus tax after you apply your points. What points, Wanda? When I pay my membership, they're going to give me 270 points every month. And then I take those points and I buy down my trips. That's the secret here, guys, which actually isn't a secret at all, huh? Because you do it all the time. You go to those grocery stores and they be like, listen, you want to get this little card and just become a member? You're going to get what? Privileges. What are we going to give you? You're going to get discounts that other people can't get because they don't have this card, right? But we don't usually pay for those memberships. So guess what happens at the end of the month? They say, you got a lot of points with all that grocery. You get a free Snickers bar. And we're like, yeah. Thank you, because actually it's free. But imagine now, guys, you're getting free trips or trips at discounted prices that make it feel like it's free. Hey, this is what we have here. So what are the benefits to this membership that we want to get? The travel membership. Our platinum members are going to receive approximately 2 vacations every 12 to 14 months. Those vacations I showed you. So just go ahead and start thinking about it. Yes. Will you get to go to Dubai? Yes. Will you get to go to Vegas? Maybe $19, $29. Yes, there's 2. So along this journey, guys, 5 years from now, you've knocked off 10 different trips that used to be on what you thought was a bucket list. Not anymore, guys. Now it's going to become your live it up list because you're going to say with this membership and I get to take somebody with me for that price. Oh, it's on. Now, remember, with this membership, you're earning those travel points. So you're going to collect those travel points, 270 points as a platinum member, and you get to use them right away. So what does that mean? Right away, you sign up, your 270 points as a platinum member will be in your account just like that. Now, that first platform we showed you, you're going to be able to book at below travel agent rates. That's right. You're going to be saving up to 60%. But here's the best part. You get 3% cash back, what we call loyalty points. So what are you going to do? You're going to go in there and book the hotel that you were going to book anyway because, you know, we like to travel and get away sometimes, right? So you're going to do what you used to do in those other platforms in your own platform. And then not only are you going to save money, right, booking it for a lower price, but then they're also going to give you cash back that you can use where? For rental cars, for flights, because I know some of you guys are thinking, Wanda, you keep talking about accommodations. What about my flights? I always tell people, number one, you can save right here. But then number 2, you just saved $1,000, $2,000 on a trip. Guess what? That covers your flight. Because when you go through those other things, you are paying a higher rate and still paying for your flight. Even if they put them together, they are way more than what you're going to get right here, guys. And then the last part of this is a business opportunity. Now, don't go run, don't hang up, don't cut off yet, right? Because a lot of people say, I've done those things so many times. I said, I'm never going to do it again, even though you know this membership is well worth it, right? But you're thinking, oh my God, but now I have to do this. And guess what? You don't. I always tell people, and my mom laughs all the time because she got a membership. Matter of fact, my whole family has memberships, right? But guess what? She said, I don't know if I want to tell people putting out, I'm not trying to build a business. I'm like, so what? Wait till the person that comes up to tell you guys about it. There's so much more to it. But all those points I was talking about that you're going to get once you pay $135. Well, when my buddy comes up and talks to you, she's going to say, Wanda, I don't know why Wanda didn't just go ahead and tell y'all that I have a way y'all don't even have to do that. So now you mean that trip that was $19 is really only $19? That means you can't calculate in your head, oh my God, 135. No, you don't even have to worry about all that. But I want you guys to understand our membership stands on its own. You do not have to add the business opportunity, but when you see it, you're probably going to say, Wanda, stop highlighting optional. Why would that be optional? Why would I leave money on the table? This is what I do with my money, guys. See, I just took a trip to Thailand in June. And you know what I do? Because I am a part of Trevorium and I can travel more, travel better, travel for less. I take my less and I still put it back into my travel. I put my savings into my travel. And I did what? I flew first class. Yes, you know when you're normally flying to Thailand, you already got a headache before you start because you're thinking, oh my God, how many hours, like 24 hours am I going to be here? This flight was too fast, guys, because this is the way, this is what we deserve. Yes, on this first class flight, that was the bathroom. I went in there like, where exactly is the toilet, right? This is the bathroom. Normally, we try not to even use the bathroom, right? But you don't have a choice if you're flying to Thailand. And then there was a bar on the flight and a bartender. I was playing bartender right there just to get my photo. But ladies and gentlemen, we all deserve these opportunities. Not to just see it on TikTok, not to say, oh my God, it must be nice to be rich. No, you could just be just like me. And I've been an entrepreneur for 16 years. So I'm making it as the classes fill up or don't. So I'm not all up here in all the money. Well, wait till my buddy tell you about something. I'm kind of into money, guys, but this didn't have anything to do with it. So let's go over it one more time. That's right. We have 3 memberships for you to choose from. We have a silver membership, which is $69.95. One time, you're going to have access to the booking engine only. That was the one that you'll use now instead of Expedia and all those other things that's taking up all our money, right? So you will have access to that. Now, you do not get any travel points. So those timeshares and those world tours, you will not have access to. But as a silver member, you will pay $52.50 every month to have those savings. That's your access. That's your privilege. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people say that on just one trip, right? Now, what about the titanium? $149.95, just one time. Listen, now you're going to get the travel site. You're going to get the world tours. You're going to get the timeshares, those getaways, up to 50% off retail. What is it going to be? The investment is $75 a month. You're going to get 150 travel points. They're going to turn your points back into your $75, not $74.50, your $75, ladies and gentlemen. And you use that to buy down those timeshares or you buy down those world tours. Now, just looking at silver to titanium, $22.50. The first one, use or lose. If you don't travel, don't use it. Next month, you just pay it again. But with the titanium, you pay it this month, they hold it for you. You pay it next month, they hold it for you. Now you got $150 and it just keeps going, guys. So I always tell people, at least start there. But then the last one is our platinum. Now this one is $269 just one time, $269.95 one time to get you started. You're going to get the travel site. But this time, guys, the biggest difference, because I know you're thinking, Wanda, we already know what the difference is. I can see the price. That's the difference. No, what the difference is now you get up to 80% off of those retail prices, 80% off of those timeshares retail prices, 80% off of world tours, right? So just imagine if you're going on a trip and the trip is costing you $2,000, would you rather have 50% off, 80% off? 30% of $2,000 is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why that is our most popular. You pay $135 once a month, They're going to turn into 270 points. You're going to turn it back into the 135, and you're going on a trip. And please don't forget, there are no contracts. This is a month-to-month membership, and there are no blackout dates. And we have to tell you about that because if you do timeshares, you already know how that works, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's it. I am here for the travel, but I'm staying for the money because look at that. I just put those X's on that $52.50. I put an X on that $75 and I put an X on that $135. Why? Because the young lady that's going to come up is going to talk to you guys and say, great job, Wanda, but you know they don't have to pay it. So let me end this by saying this. If you like to travel and you like to save money, you need to join us. Why? Because we be tripping, baby. Yes, we do. This is us in Vegas. And then just hear from me. I want you to hear from our team once again. One more time. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like to travel, because I love to travel, if you like to make memories, because I love to make memories, let me tell you something. This is for you, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. So let me stop my share. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'm going to push it back to Roz. Roz, are you there? So that she can now introduce the next person that's coming up. And let me tell you something about the next person coming up. They have a real good reason to be talking about the money side of things. So, Roz, let's see.
Hey,
Roz.
Rhonda, Roz had a family emergency.
Awesome.
So, but Team Scales is waiting to be unmuted, and she's going to take it away.
All right. So can you introduce her? Because, guys, you know what? This is Women Crushing Wednesdays. So we work as a team. So, Sandy.
I would be honored to introduce her.
There
Absolutely. So, Wanda, first and foremost, sweetheart, let me give it back to you. Talk about informative and exciting. You just gave so much great information. But you guys don't leave just yet because, like Wanda said, the next part that you're going to hear about is going to be absolutely amazing. But the person who you're going to hear about it from is really qualified to talk about it. Why? Because she and her husband are doing amazing things, not just in this company, but in this industry. Look, they still trying to figure out how many countries they've been to. They still count, something like 55 countries they've been to together, right? That's number one, just because of platforms like this. But number two, they are doing amazing things in this company. Some of the stuff that I would want to say about, she's going to explain, but they're hitting ranks, y'all. That's all I can say. They hitting ranks, she and her husband. But tonight you get to hear from Miss Donna Scales, and she is going to knock your socks off with some really fabulous information. So at this time, Miss Donna, I would like to turn it over to you.
Uh-oh. You there, Donna? Just a minute, guys.
I'm here, but I have to be able to share.
Okay.
I'm going to make a post.
All right. Still not letting you share? One moment.
Yep, I'm a participant.
All right. Oh, no, we got to get you, honey, because you are co-hosting tonight. Guys, Donna actually does a training just before this. So she is literally like walking out of one right into the other. And she does a training on our entire back office and answers all your questions, just everything. So when you get here, we don't let your hands go. We keep you informed on everything. So Donna, I think I've set you up now.
Yep. So thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Sandy and Wanda. You did an amazing job. Every time I see your pictures, every time I hear the information again from you, I want to sign up all over again, with all the excitement. And I definitely want to fly first class on Qatar Airways. So I can have my pajamas and everything too, okay? So thank you for that lovely introduction, Sandy, and we look forward to hearing from you again later on this evening. But as Wanda mentioned and as Sandy mentioned, my name is Donna Scales, and I've been a part of Trevorium since March of 2023. And, since March, my husband and I have been able to take some amazing world tours all around the world, whether it's Sicily, Italy, or, Tenerife, Spain. We just returned from Qatar. We had a phenomenal time. We stayed at the #1 voted Ritz-Carlton. And, we paid pennies on the dollar when it came to that world tour. We actually went for 7 days. Had a phenomenal time. Some of the best food we had out there, some of the best infrastructure I've seen in any country that I've visited. They have a whole outdoor air conditioning unit out there in Qatar, which was pretty phenomenal. And, the perks that came with our world tour included breakfast every single day. In addition to getting breakfast every single day, you either got lunch or dinner. And lunch was served at STK Steakhouse. So everybody know that STK Steakhouse is a very, very nice, restaurant in our area and other big cities around the world. And, I was ordering, mini ice cream cones. I've never ordered a mini ice cream cone from STK if I ordered dessert at all. And that's because it was included with the cost of my world tour. And we actually went on our world tour for less than $400 for my husband and myself to go. We had a phenomenal time. So I wanted to share with you how you can actually do that through your Trevorium membership. And what I'm going to talk about is how you can actually earn an additional stream of income to help pay for some of those trips around the world. Whether you want to pay for trips or whether you want to pay bills, whether you want to leave a legacy and create some generational wealth. We're going to talk about all of that tonight because this is a path to residual income. Okay, so just as Wanda mentioned and as Sandy mentioned too, my husband and I, we're both avid travelers. Qatar was actually our 55th country. Some countries we love so much we had to do it more than once. We went to Egypt several times. We've been to Amsterdam several times. A lot of stuff to do in Amsterdam. Places as close as Toronto, Canada, or as far as Sydney, Australia, walking across the Sydney Harbor Bridge. We've been able to do a lot of our traveling thanks to platforms such as the one tonight that I wanted to share with you. I work for federal government, and even though I have 35 years of service, it doesn't mean that my pockets are as deep as what they should be right about now and why I should be able to do all this traveling, but it's because of this membership. So we're going to start talking about our compensation plan. And as Wanda mentioned, it takes as little as 3 people to become profitable with us. And once you get 3 people of the same membership that you have or higher, so say, for instance, if you decide to join the Titanium membership tonight, you can enroll a Titanium member or a Platinum member. But once you meet the requirement to become profitable, you no longer have to pay that monthly fee monthly, but the company is going to be paying that monthly fee on your behalf because it's going to be coming from out of your commissions that you earned. And as we go into our commissions program, we're going to talk about the travel industry. Because one thing, if you do something on the side or if you want to get a piece of a pie, you want to get a piece of one of the largest pies out there. And, a lot of people think that, oil and, pharmaceuticals and, food and stuff are large industries. But even if you put all 3 of those industries together, they're not as big as the one travel industry. So the one travel industry is currently at $10 trillion and is expected to reach 15.5 trillion by 2033. And guys, if you go to an airport, you haven't seen an airport empty. Sometimes we'll drive down to BWI to go down to Baltimore just to get something to eat, and we'll drive past the airport lots, and the lots are packed. I mean, when we flew home from Qatar, it wasn't no space on the return flight. So travel is going to continue to grow because some people don't want to wait until they retire to start traveling. They want to travel now. They want to experience things with their kids. And then, kids want things. I mean, they want experiences over things. So you can imagine the travel industry is going to grow. All right. If you decided you want to partner with us to do this on a part-time basis, it could actually become the business of your dreams because you're traveling, you're making money to do more of what you love, and that's travel. And this is the cool thing about it. It's easy to explain and it's fun to do because no one wants to talk about taking pills, potions, and lotions. We want to talk about beaches and oceans. And, another great thing about this space is, this is a home-based business. So everyone knows that having a home-based business comes with some amazing tax write-offs. I'm not a tax professional, but if you get with the tax advisor, they can let you know all of the benefits that comes with having a home-based business. And the thing that I love most about this slide is Warren Buffett said it best: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. So I have a background in real estate. We're real estate developers and investors in Washington, D.C. It took a lot of money to get that project up and going, but it was a path to residual income. I'd rather do something like this because the risk isn't that high when it comes to creating residual income. And this right here has no ceiling, okay? So let's talk about what it takes to make some residual income with us. We are pretty much the walking, talking billboard for Trevorium. So you're not going to see any commercials. You're not going to see any bad billboards. If you go outside and yell Trevorium, no one may have never even heard about us until now. So this may be your first time hearing about Trevorium, but it's not going to be your last time. We don't have William Shatner or Tina Fey or any of those other celebrities advertising for us. This is pretty much word of mouth. So the person that invited you to see this information, either they want to travel with you, they want to make money with you, or they want to do both. And you trust your friend more than you trust me, and more than you trust Wanda, and more than you would probably trust a commercial too. All right. So again, we are the walking, talking advertisement for Trevorium. And rather than paying, for a marketing campaign, they pay us out in the field. And to become a partner with us, you just have to become a partner with us. Is an annual membership, and it costs $99.95 one time. As I mentioned before, we're doing real estate investing and developing in Washington, D.C., which leads to a path of residual income because we have investment properties. But this right here is a lot lower the cost and a lot lower the risk. And it'll give you the same opportunity to earn an unlimited amount of residual income. When you become a partner with us, you're going to get a website, you're going to get a back office that pretty much track your business. But the best thing about this is it's a turnkey business. So I know there's a lot of business owners that's on this call right now, whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, it costs a lot of money to start up businesses, but this is turnkey, meaning once you pay that $99.95, you have access to everything that David and Adela Hart created for us on this platform, where you can share this information with others and start creating some residual earnings once you refer as little as 3 people. And I already mentioned the tax advantages. We also have world-class training, whether it's online or whether it's in person. We have conferences, and we also have marketing videos. And another cool thing about this, can you do what the person that invited you to the Zoom is doing right now? They may be, sitting at the table watching the Zoom with you, but they may also have, their child right there beside them doing homework since school is in, but if you can invite people to see this information and get good at inviting people to see this information through Zoom or through one of our live presentations, then you can earn a significant amount of money with us just through the referral program. All right, so let's talk about when you refer. When you refer, again, as little as 3 people, you're going to become profitable in our business. All it takes is 3 people of the same membership that you have or higher, okay? If you are a platinum member, we talk about the platinum membership a lot because it is our most popular membership. You're going to start earning $4.45 per day. And that may not seem like a lot. Some people spend more than $4.45 per day going to Starbucks or, going to get a breakfast sandwich. So this right here is telling you that you can have that membership that Wanda talked about that sends you traveling all around the world for as little as $4.45 per day. So when you start earning that, that's going to really be enough to pay for your monthly fee, okay? So we just like to say, refer 3 and the company pays your fee, all right? In addition to getting that daily pay of $4.45 per day, you're also going to get a personal sales bonus for every individual that you refer to this membership, and once they say yes and join. If you refer a platinum member, you're going to get $50 for every platinum member you enroll. And if you enroll a titanium member, you're going to get $25 for every titanium member that you enroll. And you can enroll as often as you like. We've been in for 2 years, and we've probably enrolled over 100 people into this membership. So again, never stop referring, never stop enrolling. The money is really, really good here, okay? But once you get to the level of platinum director, meaning you got your 3 people and the company is now paying for your fee, or your fees are now coming out of your earned commissions, we want to start talking about some bigger ranks. And tonight you're going to hear from at least one person that holds each of these ranks that we're talking about. When you hit the rank of 1-star director, that means that from those first 3 people that you enroll, or perhaps you enroll 4 people, it doesn't matter. But when you enroll those first 4 people, just to keep the numbers even, and those 4 people do exactly what you did, go out there and refer 3 people each, and the company recognize you got 8 platinum sales on your left team, 8 platinum sales on your right team. You're going to become what we call a 1-star director, okay? We work on a 2-team structure. It's called a binary, just a fancy word for 2. Again, it's a left team and a right team, and these teams go on to infinity. As you start enrolling, the team keeps growing. So just think, 16 people plus yourself can talk about travel more than just you by yourself. So as these 17 people, including yourself, start talking about travel even more, and your team grows to 25 sales left, 25 sales right, you're going to become what we call a 2-star director. And with the rank of 2-star director, that's when your business starts changing, because this is when you can actually leave an inheritance to your family, okay? At the rank of 2-star director, your business becomes willable, sellable, and transferable. So not only are you making $25 per day, which is equivalent to $750 per month, with our bonuses, you can go from $750 all the way up to $2,000 per month as a 2-star director. And again, as your business continues to grow, so does the check, okay? As you hit the rank of 3-star director, that's when the system recognizes 63 left, 63 right. You're going to start earning $70 per day, and that's pretty significant. Somebody say, okay, $70 per day, that's not much money. But just imagine if $70 per day was missing from your paycheck. Would you miss it? All right? So if you start getting an additional $2,100 a month at a minimum, that right there can change, zip codes. It can change the school you send your kids to. It could change a lot, okay? When you hit the rank of 4-star director, you start earning $100 a day. And that right there can change things too. Again, change zip codes. You can probably buy any car that you want to buy for $3,100 per month, unless you want something like really, really extreme. But $3,100 per month can do a lot for a household. And again, isn't that you enrolling all those 250 people yourself? Is about you building with your organization and with the people who you've personally sponsored. And sometimes your team can include people that your sponsor has sponsored, because we have a team, again, a left team and a right team, and all the numbers fall to the very bottom. So chances are, as you start building your organization, you're going to start seeing some people in your organization that you had nothing to do with, but you love these people, okay? Because again, we're all building this thing together. But the sweet spot of our compensation plan is the rank of ambassador. People have been able to do this sometimes. Some people have done it in 13 months. Some people have done it in 15 months. My husband and I was actually able to achieve this rank in just over 2 years of doing this. And, we've been having a phenomenal time. Not only are we earning money together as this ambassador rank, but we're also traveling a whole lot through our membership as well. So ambassador is when your team grows to 188 sales on the left and 188 sales on the right. And these are based on platinum memberships. So of course, if you have some titaniums mixed in there, it may be a little bit more. But at any rate, you're going to start making $140 every single day. So every single morning that you wake up on your phone, you can look and see your $140. So at a very, very minimum, that's about over $4,000 per month. But once you add in all of the bonuses as an ambassador, you can earn anywhere from $8,000 to $11,000 per month. And again, that's why we call this the sweet spot in the compensation plan, because you're going to be at that 6-figure income level. So not only do you start making six figures income a year, you're also going to get an annual vacation. And this year, the annual vacation is going to be in Phuket, Thailand. The company give you an airline credit to fly out there, whether you want to fly first class or business class is up to you, but they do give you an airline credit, and it's for you plus one. So not only do you get that vacation, but you also get a Louis Vuitton experience while on that vacation. And that's pretty much when Adela Hart take all of the new ambassadors and sometimes the other ambassadors to a Louis Vuitton somewhere in that area. And they treat you like rock stars. They get you personal shoppers. You have, of course, champagne, macaroons, things like that. All that's available to you in the Louis Vuitton shopping experience. and they give you a card and say, hey, go shop on the company. Whether you want to buy accessories, whether you want to buy a handbag, whether you want to buy shoes, it doesn't matter. But by the size of those bags, those ladies bought some pretty cool stuff out of Louis Vuitton, okay? So the annual vacation and the Louis Vuitton experience, those are great perks. But what the biggest perk is of being an ambassador is that you get one share of the company. So what the company do that month, you actually get a share of that. So not only are you being paid from your organization, but you're being paid from what the entire company is doing. And you also have access to multiple global bonus pools as well. And that's how you can get into that six-figure income as an ambassador. So as I mentioned, ambassador is the sweet spot in the compensation plan, but it's not even the middle of the compensation plan. It's still a lot of ranks to go in the ambassador suite, and you also have other levels above the ambassador suite. And this is pretty much what you can make as an ambassador on an annual basis. Okay, we have one gentleman that was able to hit the rank of 1-star ambassador in less than 16 months being here, and he does it on a very, very part-time basis because he have a full-time job and he have another business that a staffing company that he's doing. Mr. Harlan Hall, salute to you for hitting 1-star ambassador in record time. And again, we have 2 people at the rank of 5-star ambassador. So what that's telling you is that we are not saturated. This is not, a company that's been around for like 50 years or something like that where you feel like you can't make any money. We've been around for, we're in our 2nd decade of business. And we have someone at all of these ranks, but we don't have anyone at these ranks here, such as presidential ambassador, chairman, executive chairman. So that means that there's room for growth in this company. And, I feel like our next president, our first presidential ambassador might be someone that's on this Zoom right now. We have some women that's really, really crushing it. And if you go to this picture right here, with the Louis Vuitton bags, you see that it's mostly women in that picture. They're all ambassadors. They're probably, 1 and 2-star ambassadors at this point because this was taken, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But the women are really, really crushing it. So if you are a woman and if you're hearing my voice tonight, this can be you on that next ambassador trip that's coming up in November because you have to hit it before October 1st. So you still have time. All right. So let's talk about how we are a better life company. And, what we do is we make money by showing others we make money by showing people how to save money on travel. So if you saw anything that you liked tonight, get back with the person that invited you. Let them know you're ready to get started, whether you want the titanium membership or whether you want the most popular membership, which is platinum. Just send them a message, smile, send me your link, SMYL, and they'll send you their link and you can go ahead and get started. It takes about 5 minutes to sign up, if even that. But, they look forward to being in some amazing pictures with you, making some money with you, being at the beaches and the banks all around the world together. And, we're going to guide you step by step and teach you all the strategies necessary for your success. So again, just let them know, yes, I want to get started, or no, I don't want to get started. When you say maybe, or, let me get back to you later, that's when things get weird because that means that maybe you'll pick up the phone when they call you just to see how you're doing. Or, if you're going to get back to them in, 2 days or 2 months, just let them know something. Okay. So guys, as I mentioned, we're going to be talking to, a lot of our women here that's, really, really crushing this business. We talked about some significant ranks, whether it's a 1-star director all the way up to 4-star director. We have someone on this Zoom. I'm going to kind of like roll the dice because our host, Roz, had to leave quickly. But I do have some people that I have lined up, and hopefully they're available to do a quick testimony. So we want to hear from our 1-star director, if Veronica Jingles is still on the line, and if she's able to unmute. Veronica, are you able to unmute and give us a quick testimony about how long you've been in Trevorium and what have you been able to do as far as, personal goals and some of the traveling you've been able to do through your Trevorium membership? And I think that we have to make it so that she can unmute.
Hi, Donna.
Hey, Veronica. Wait a minute, I'm going to hit this and you may have to unmute again. Okay. Hey, Veronica, you might have to unmute again.
Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Veronica.
Hey. Okay, well, thanks for asking me for a testimony. And I'm sorry I'm sitting here working with my son, but I've been with Javorium since April 18th of last year, and I absolutely love it. I was invited by my good friend Edie, and she didn't tell me what we were getting into, but I was so glad she invited me because a year later I ended up retiring from the government, and I am actually getting ready to go to Dubai next month on September 7th with my brother, and I'm really excited about that. I have been setting goals for myself that every convention I will level up. So I'm hoping by February I should be a 2-star director.
Yes.
Yeah. So I figure I'm in my sophomore year right now in Travoria, and by the time I become a senior, I should be an ambassador. So that's kind of my goal right now. But I'm absolutely loving this platform. And if you don't quit and you just act like it's $1 million business, it will work for you.
Thank you so much, Veronica. And Veronica dropped so many nuggets with her testimony. We like to say, give yourself, a good, 2 to 5 years and see how much your life has changed, whether you are, having more fun in your life, seeing different places around the world, or, whether you're hitting that rank of ambassador, as Veronica mentioned. And also, just like I mentioned, someone may be sitting there with their child, or their kid next to them while they're listening to this presentation. So thank you so much, Veronica, for jumping on. It's always great to hear from you. And hey, I'm sure you're going to reach all those goals that you've set for yourself.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay, thank you. All right. So the next individual we're going to hear from is actually a 2-star director in the company, and she happens to be one of the co-hosts tonight. I don't know if she know I'm gonna call on her, but I want to get Miss Sandra White, if she could do a testimony as far as your background, what do you do for a living, how long you've been a part of Trevorium, what you've been able to achieve financially, and how you've been enjoying this membership. I already know a whole lot of stuff because we pretty much talk to each other every single day. I know what you have coming up. I know if you've been, and but I know everybody else want to hear from you. So, Miss Sandra White.
Hey, Donna. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having me speak. So for a living, I am a director of quality oversight. My background is in biology, developmental biology, molecular biology for my undergraduate degree, and my graduate degree is in clinical research administration. I've been in the pharmaceutical industry for over 25 years with increasing levels of responsibility, stress. Most of these positions I've never even interviewed for. What that basically means is that I'm being overworked and underpaid. So, just increasing levels of responsibility, and I am ready. I'm looking forward to retirement. So when this opportunity came to me, I was mostly interested in the travel perks because I consider myself to be a pretty bougie traveler. And when I saw the significant savings, I mean, deep savings of this membership, that part was just an absolute no-brainer. I mean, I've had some phenomenal trips before I became a member, but the trips after I've been a member have been far greater because I've spent a fraction of what I have spent prior to having this membership. But all that to say, being very excited, obviously, about these trips, doing what I do anyway, which is going on social media, posting a video of me standing by the Indian Ocean, having a meal at the K Live Beach Club Resort in Bali. People are excited. They see that and they're like, what are you doing? And so it's really just that simple. So I'm posting pictures on social media of me and my husband having a fantastic time. People become interested, and I share it. I share it with people, and then guess what? They share it with people. So with that being said, Donna, this is how we were able to reach the rank of 2-star. not just by our own efforts, but because we love it, we share it with people. They love it, they share it with people.
That's pretty amazing, Sandy. And I know that you have 2 trips coming up in the month of September. You mind sharing?
Oh, absolutely. How could I forget? So going on a family trip, this is pretty exciting. Myself and several other members in my family who also have memberships are going to the Dominican Republic, September 10th through the 14th. This is an all-inclusive stay for a measly $199. Go figure, $199. So this will be my daughter and my granddaughter. Will be staying in a 5-star resort in the Dominican Republic. Very excited about that. And then a week after we return, my husband and I will be going to Maldives. The savings on that Maldives trip are just unbelievable. But it's a full board resort. It's full board resort, private island resort, a villa on the water with an infinity pool. I should say over the water bungalow with an infinity pool. I just received some confirmation from Travoyan World Tours today with confirmation of our seaplane. That's also included in the cost. I don't know if anybody has ever flown to Maldives, but once you fly into the main island, you need a private transfer just to get to the private island where you're going to be staying. And that can run $700 per person. Nope, that's included in the cost of our trip. So we're super excited about it. My husband can't stop talking about it. I know he's going to just revert to a guppy or something because he's going to be in the water the whole time.
All right, Sandy. So thank you very much. And, as Sandy said, it may be some people that have, like traveled, more than her, but she know that she's saved a lot more than anybody else that's been traveling. So that's pretty awesome. So thanks again, Sandy. So we have next coming up is our 3-star director. She's a brand new 3-star director. She's her and her husband. They're both doing the business, and therefore, in addition to us, Sandra as well. A lot of couples, the husband get a membership and partnership, and the wife also get one. So that means that they're getting double the points, and they're also getting a residual check for both accounts. So the next person I'm going to bring up is Miss Clarice Ashton. She's our newest 3-star director. She's been doing some pretty phenomenal things when it comes to building this business. And if I'm not mistaken, this may be her first time doing this industry when it comes to the travel space and when it comes to direct sales altogether. So Clarice, are you available to do a testimony, please, ma'am?
Can you hear me, Donna?
Yes, I hear you, and I see your beautiful photo.
Okay. Well, yeah, I would love to do a testimony. Thank you. It's an honor to speak on this day. Women Crush Wednesday is always one of the best presentations. And I want to thank you and Wanda for doing such an excellent job all the time. Everything is always so exciting and clear, and it just is exciting just seeing the women crushing it. So thank you. It's an honor just to be with you tonight.
Thank you, Clarice. So Clarice, how does it feel to be a 3-star director?
It feels unbelievable. Honestly, this is like the simplest thing. Just inviting people to do what they love, travel. It's just doing that and having the success that Charles and I are having is unbelievable. I mean, there's no other word for it. It's like sometimes we look and say, we can't even believe this. And Charles has, he's had a dream of this type of business, just being a part of a travel club forever. He's been asking me to leave work forever just so we could travel. And just for this to just fall the way it fell, we got into it to travel and we ended up getting so much more. The friends that we have now and just the circle of people around us is always so positive and loving. And there's no value on that. Like that is just unbelievable. That's the blessing. And then in addition to that, just to be able to have a financial blessing from it too is just really awesome.
Yeah, and I think I know sometime me, you, Paul, and Charles will get together and just start chatting on, just as far as, being married, and it's something that we're both doing together, something that we love, and it puts so much more into the marriage when you're doing things together on a regular basis. Something that, that we all have in common
Yes.
together. So congratulations to the both of you and continued success to y'all. I know Charles is up next to hit 3-star, and then it's just on and up from there for both of you. So congratulations, and again, continued success to y'all.
And congratulations to you and Paul also. Like you, we look at you guys and we know it's a blessing just to be able to have you all to look at as leaders to know where we should be doing and where we're going and what we should be doing.
Thank you, Clarice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm trying to do a little heart thing if it ever.
Oh, yeah, you got it. You got it. Thank you.
All right. So the last powerhouse woman I'm gonna bring up is Miss Naima Edwards, if she's available. And Naima has pretty much been paving the way for a very, very large organization that she's running, including the some of the ladies that you just heard from tonight, whether it's Clarice that you heard from, and also from Veronica. I believe all of them are on Naima's team. So Naima is charting a course for like so many women that's like really, really winning in this. And when we talk about Women Crush Wednesday, we also have this organization called The Rock. The ROC stands for the Ring of Champions. And I think that a lot of women that have rings are actually on Naima's organization. So what I want to do is get Naima Edwards on to just share with the ladies and everyone that's on this call tonight, as far as your journey with Trevorium. What were you doing before Trevorium, what you're doing now, some of your experiences with the product, and pretty much how do you inspire all these ladies to go out there and get the job done.
Good evening, Donna. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Wanda. You guys were amazing. Man, I can't even begin to talk about all the great things that I have experienced since I joined Trevorium a year and a half ago. But like a lot of others, I wasn't going to do the business. I was just going to travel, but it's just something about it. You're going to share it, and people are going to like it, and they're going to join. And that's kind of how the story is with my family and my team. Like, I have an amazing team. We work together, we support each other, and like everybody's excited because we're not leaving anybody behind. Everybody that wants it, let's go. We're going to help you get it. And so, even after I started, Harlan introduced this to me. And I said, Harlan, I'm following your blueprint. And that's exactly what I've done. And doing so, I started moving along, 1-star, 2-star. I was working as an educator for a very, very long time. And I was tired. And Trevorium it was like right on time, because Trevorium has allowed me to fully retire and enjoy, the life that I think everybody deserves. To get up when you feel like it, to have fun when you go to work, to travel when you're working. It's just so much that Trevorium has brought into my life. Working with my family, like my sister Clarice, her husband, my brother. And as Clarice said, this is like a total blessing because we have newfound friends and family members. We're earning our income that we weren't really anticipating.
Yeah.
And we're traveling and enjoying life.
Yeah. You're right. You're right about that, Naima. I mean, sometimes, people get in, with an idea of earnings, but you just really, really have no idea like how far you can actually go with some commitment and dedication and consistency. And you have proven all of that. So congratulations to you, our newest 4-star director, which soon is going to be an ambassador. I know it's coming up really, really soon. You're certainly probably going to be one of the first female ambassadors for the Wealth Enterprise. So I'm just going to say congratulations in advance and keep doing what you're doing. We're very, very excited for you and rooting you on.
Thank you, Donna, and congratulations to you and Paul.
Thank
so
you.
happy for you guys. Yes.
Thank you so much. And the thing about Naima, you know, like I mentioned, a lot of us are doing this as couples, you know, husband and wife. And Naima has been able to do some things independently, you know, and which is pretty amazing. So hats off to you, Naima, and continued success to you.
Thank you, Donna.
Yep. Okay, so again, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from you know, Wanda, who did a phenomenal job on the presentation. As far as, you know, telling you about our membership, you heard some additional information from myself, how you can earn money, and you heard from 4 women that just let you know that, hey, anybody could do this, whether it's your first time, you know, whether you've done you know, direct sales or network marketing in the past. I see a lot more women, or a lot more people are having more success here now than what they've had in previous companies. So, you know, I just want to say, if you hear us and if you're ready to join, just let the person know that invited you. Send me your link. Just send them a text message and they'll know exactly what that means. SMYL, smile. And they'll get you started. We do these Zoom presentations pretty much every night of the week at 8:00 p.m. But we also have live presentations as well. So if you want to go to a live presentation, we're having one tomorrow night in Waldorf at this place called the Crab Boat. So if you're familiar with that area, or just let the person know that invited you to the Zoom, hey, where's the Crab Boat? Give me the information. And you definitely want to see a live presentation, because the presentations out there at the Crab Boat be pretty much on fire. You have a lively environment. You see some of the best when it comes to the presenters. And it's just a very, very good vibe going on down there. So just give it the person that invited you if you need to see this information again, whether live or whether you want to see it on Zoom again. So my name is Donna Scales. I don't know if anybody have any questions, but if you have any questions, I believe Wanda is still available to allow you to unmute, and you can ask any questions that you have, and we can get those questions answered so that you can make an informed decision. Okay. So Wanda Thompson.
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see any questions in the chat.
Okay. Amazing. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you guys so much. If there's someone that has a question, you can put your hand up. We still have a little bit of time. But we just want to thank you guys so much for coming out. We want you guys to just contact the person that invited you. Tell them that you are excited or not, but that you know you want to get this membership, right? So we want to save some money, guys. So please contact that person and just tell them what you thought about it. So I don't see any hands up. I don't see any questions. So guys, thank you so much. I guess that's about it.
So somebody put something in the chat that they wanted to know as far as, is this being recorded and if it can be shared so they can do some practicing with the presentation.
Actually, it was supposed to have been, but I noticed that the recording is still paused.
Is it paused? I think it's still going. I think Ross.
That's what I thought too, but when I looked up, it said pause. But maybe it's on somebody else's end. So if we do have it, then we will definitely get it back. I think that was Kim, so we'll make sure that we have it.
Okay, I think Ross must have
Okay, because I thought I saw it said this is being recorded, but then when I looked on mine, it said it's been paused. So hopefully, if we do have it, then yes, we will put that out for you. So.
Oh, somebody said I wanted also.
All right. Amazing. So we'll try to get it, guys, and then we can, hopefully everybody's in our WhatsApp, and then we can just upload it there. It makes it easier. Okay. We'll upload it there in our events.